I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. A major project in South Florida is in the works to address environmental challenges in the Everglades. But as WMNF's Joshua Hightower reports, opinions are divided on whether the plan will help the region.
The Southland Water Resource Project proposes mining an area, excavating as much as 9.4 million tons of sand and limestone per year. The project is backed by the South Florida Water Management District, as well as private entities Florida Crystal, U.S. Sugar Corp., as well as Phillips and Jordan. The project claims it will increase water storage capacity for the Everglades. However, environmental activists don't agree with the sentiment. Eve Samples is the executive director at Friends of the Everglades and questions the true motivations behind the plan.
Why 3 private companies have convinced the state of Florida to consider something of this magnitude under the guise of a water resources project is beyond us. It's not restoration, it's exploitation.
Sample says the corporations are the only ones who will stand to benefit from the project. Conservation Group Captains for Clean Water estimates the mining operation can generate up to $800 million. WMNF reached out to the involved parties, but they were unavailable for comment. This story was first reported by independent journalist Jason Garcia. Joshua Hightower, WMNF News.
The U.S. Senate has confirmed Pam Bondi as U.S. Attorney General. Her confirmation puts a longtime ally of Donald Trump at the helm of the Justice Department that has already been rattled by the firings of career employees seen as disloyal to the Republican president. Bondi is a former Florida Attorney General and corporate lobbyist. She is expected to oversee a radical reshaping of the department that has been the target of Trump's ire over the criminal cases it brought against him. Bondi serves as the state attorney general of Florida during former Republican Governor Rick Scott's tenure from 2011 to 2019. During that time, Bondi notably opposed efforts to legalize gay marriage in the state and recreational marijuana and medical marijuana efforts in Florida, and pushed to end automatic restoration of voting rights as one of her first acts upon taking office in 2011. Trump nominated Bondi for Attorney General after it became clear that his initial pick, former Representative Matt Gaetz, could not win enough support from Republican senators to be confirmed. Yesterday, state regulators approved proposals by Tampa Electric and Duke Energy, Florida, to collect more than $1.5 billion to cover hurricane-related costs by raising rates on their customers to account for resources they spent to restore power after the hurricanes last year. Tampa Electric proposed collecting $463.5 million from customers over 12 months, but the Florida Public Service Commission decided yesterday to spread those costs over 18 months. Under the plan, Tampa Electric customers using around 1,000 kilowatts per month would pay an extra $19.95 per month over the 18 months rather than $30.04 in 12 months. Commissioners approved Duke's plan to recover $1.09 billion in 12 months, which will cost Duke residential customers using 1,000 kilowatt hours a month an additional $32.40 in their monthly bills. A state Senate committee next week is scheduled to take up a bill that would prevent the development of such things as golf courses and pickleball courts and lodges in state parks. The Senate Environment and Natural Resources Committee is scheduled February 11th to take up the bill filed by Republican State Senator Gail Harrell from Stewart. Last year, the State Department of Environmental Protection released controversial plans for a so-called Great Outdoors Initiative. The plans would have included such things as adding golf courses in several parks and also proposes to construct lodges with up to 350 rooms at parks in St. Johns County and Walton County. Governor Ron DeSantis' administration paused the plans after bipartisan opposition. Lawmakers are holding committee meetings to prepare for the annual legislative session, which will start March 4th. The U.S. Postal Service said it is temporarily suspending inbound parcels from China and Hong Kong effective yesterday. The move comes a day after an additional 10% tariff on Chinese goods imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump came into effect. Canada and Mexico, which faced 25% tariffs, managed to negotiate a month-long reprieve in the U.S. The USPS will likely impact Chinese e-commerce companies such as Shein and Temu. For the weather, it is cloudy and cool in the Tampa Bay area. Today, it will be partly cloudy with highs around 80. Tonight will be mostly clear with overnight lows in the lower 60s. Sunny skies expected tomorrow with highs in the upper 70s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.